So easy when you're playing, returning against lefty, to sort of lean towards the backhand side, expecting it there.
Oh, that's a stunning shot from Marcus Willis, and I felt as if he'd gone into his shell a little bit. Long way back from 6-1 down, but that's a start, isn't it? Gets behind this ball, really gets that racket head through that ball. Oh, that was down in the tiebreak 10 sign. That forehand didn't really get hold of that one.
Yeah, I think the feet to blame there were a little bit anchored in spot, in place. That's what Goran meant by he wants to be shown a little bit of respect. He can't move the old man around too much, can he?
Left, first service.
Yeah, much better point construction from Willis. Obviously allowed to, missing the first serve.
Well, as we keep saying, the mindset was very much going to be going after 2 first serves. He wasn't going to hold back. And did that at Wimbledon, didn't he, against, was it Chris Bailey, was down match point, served an ace second serve.
I remember that one clearly, yes, up the tee.
I think Goran might challenge that.
Mr. Willis is challenging the ball.
He's challenging his own serve, isn't he?
Yeah, the umpire called it out, and I think probably a wise challenge from Willis. Needs all the help he can get at this stage. Oh, correct. A little bit too much for him, isn't it?
I think so. It feels to me like he's a little bit overawed by the occasion and perhaps not able to play with a lot of freedom out here. I think he's certainly sensing the pressure and the expectation of trying to entertain this crowd out here.
Absolutely easy to get away from that focus. You know, someone like Goran's been doing it for years, and I think you know, if you do lose your rhythm, that you know, he's at 2 players. This is a player it's not easy to get it back against.
So match point to Goran Ivanisevic for a place in the semi-finals. Oh, and that's a forehand from Goran that's only about a couple of inches up the net. He would have enjoyed hitting that one.
Yeah, no bonus for hitting the tiebreak 10 sign. Especially not down there. I didn't think that would have phased him too much. 2 serves to come. Resistance from Marcus Willis.
I'm not sure what happened there. Goran got himself into a perfect position, just got a racket to that ball on the return of serve, Marcus Willis, but actually swung at that volley and air-shotted it. He lost it in the lights there. Match point number 3. This is a comeback.
Possibly not as relaxed as he was just a few points ago, Goran. A couple of those backhands looked a little tighter.
Now he's got 2 service points to come if he can save this match point number 4.
Oh, good serve. Yeah, so one change it, the off pacer. So getting the width. And drawing his opponent into a swing. Goran not timing that one at all. Willis back in this.
Can you believe it? Well, that's getting his own back. Remember, he had that let called against him early on in the tie-break.
Yeah, he was owed one. Well, he was owed two, actually, because he just lost out against Andy Murray, and one of those slices he played cross-court that just tipped the tape. And there was some good speed from Goran there, but just too delicately played. What were we at, 9-3?
That's the way to finish it off. And maybe if he hadn't challenged on that previous serve, he might have been able to challenge that one. But relief from Goran Ivanisevic, so he is the runner-up of Group B with that terrific tie-break win over Marcus Willis by 10 points to 8.
That was it for the group stages. Das war jetzt schon für die Gruppenphase. Ja, zunächst einmal auch hier nochmal einen großen Applaus. A big hand for Marcus Willis. Marcus, how was it for you playing against your idol now in the aftermatch?
Yeah, it was good. I didn't enjoy surf too much, but yeah, that's why he was so good. Well, one of the many reasons, eh?
Was it still as good as when you watched it on TV back in the old days?
Probably, yeah. That serve, unless you guess, it's not coming back really. Yeah, tough me out. Too good.
Tough now, yeah. So Goran is already here. He's talking to Thomas.
Yeah, we're having a little talk over here, Goran, Tom, and I. So, what do you want to say to Goran?
Well, I was going to say, well done, mate. Are you 45 yet, or?
25.
30, yeah, 27. Well, we're same age group, so it's really cool the way he's played, and he's qualified, obviously, after we've seen all these group matches. And Goran is playing Dominic, quite interesting. So that's a generation fight, and well, now we're in the real battle
Against Dominic, yeah.
Yeah, but everything, like just starting the semi-finals pretty much, and we're getting closer to the finals, and it's just getting more exciting by the minute.
All right, we're looking forward to that. Thank you, guys.
Well done, Goran.
Ja, und während wir hier jetzt gerade Andy Murray sehen beim Warm-Up, Andy, you're playing next against Joe Wilfried. So, well, Joe also had some great matches. What are your tactics going to be?
Yeah, I mean, Joe's obviously top player. Has been one of the best players in the world for a long time now. Big serve, very athletic, and you know, he takes chances, so it's going to be hard.
Oh yeah, so Joe is also ready over there. And so let's have a look what Joe has to say. We got 45 seconds until we go to the coin toss. Joe, your thoughts against Andy?
Yeah, anyway, it's going to be difficult. He's one of the best at this time, to not say the best one. So, yeah, it's going to be a good match. We'll see.
It's going to be a good match, and we're going to start in 30 seconds with the coin toss. So we got, well, not with the coin toss, but we got 30 seconds to be back on air in the international signal. Ja, meine Damen und Herren, auch noch für Sie eine Info. Wir haben eine Social Wall. Der Hashtag ist wie?
Hashtag Tiebreak10, macht Sinn, und Hashtag erste Bank Open. So. Alright.
Alright, so we are back.
We are back here at Tiebreak10 in the Vienna Stadthalle. The group stage is over. In Group A, we have the winner, and please give it up for Dominic Thiem. Runner-up, second place, Joe Wilfried Tsonga.
And third place, unfortunately, we are not going to see him tonight anymore. Tommy Haas.
All right, then we go over to Group B.
Yes, first place in the semifinal, he's going to be Andy Murray.
Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air.
Second place in Group B goes to Goran Ivanisevic.
25 years old from Croatia. And third place, Marcus Willett. Thank you very much.
And this results in the following two semifinals. One of the semifinals will be Dominic Thiem versus Goran Ivanisevic, and next up we will see
Andy Murray against Joe Wilfried Tsonga is going to be our first semifinal.
So, ladies and gentlemen, let's play some tennis. Please give it up for Joe Wilfried and Andy.
Everything same like rounds before? Racket logo?
Racket.
Logo. Serve?
Andy decides to serve. All right, so please give it up for
Well,
Andy
welcome back
Murray.
to the Arena Stadthalle in Vienna
Joe
for the tie-break
Wilfried
10s, and we are through to the semi-final stage. Andy Murray against Joe Wilfried Tsonga, and these two have put on many memorable battles in the past, and they've played a couple of big tie-breaks, Annabelle. Going back to the first round in Australia, 2008, 7-6 in the fourth set, and a couple more big ones recently since then. Davis Cup last year at the Queen's Club, 3 sets to Murray, but a 12-10 second set tiebreak. And more recently, at Wimbledon this year, that first set, a mammoth first set, 7-6, went Murray's way. You felt it was decisive in that match, a 12-10 win too. So they've played some big tiebreaks, but you always feel that Joe Wilfried Tsonga are dangerous in a short format like this tiebreak 10s.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, enormous respect for each other out here today. But of course, Murray has the head-to-head record 13-2. And as you mentioned, their last meeting in that quarterfinals of Wimbledon, you have to go back to 2014 for when Tsonga beat him in Canada. But as you say, in a tiebreak formula, just this sort of one tiebreak penalty shootout, quick-fire tennis. I mean, it really could go either way. But I mean, both of them have shown some fairly decent form, but Murray, I have to say, has been in almost unplayable form recently, hasn't he?
The recent form has been phenomenal, and over the last sort of 6-7 months, probably the best player in the world, points-wise, by far and away. But this is all new, this is quick, this is tie-break 10s. What will these two produce for us?
Well, that's been corrected by the line judge himself.
For me, it's also on the line. For me, it's also on the line.
Confirmed by the umpire.
We played a point.
I think Andy Murray agrees with that.
Well, it's interesting because they've only have the one challenge, so they want to use it wisely. And Andy's wondering, I guess the very least he knows he can get a let and a first serve, which still leaves him as favourite.
That's just not what he wanted, having what he thought was got the first point under his belt. Now thrown across a double fault right there.
So, someone like Andy Murray, so much of his game is about wearing his opponents down. He doesn't get as long to do that in this format. It makes him possibly a little more vulnerable. On the other hand, he's also capable of breaking just about at will. Beautiful touch. How many times, how much, you know, they're playing for a nice pot today, but how much money has that shot earned him over time?
Oh my goodness, when his career is said and done, we will look back on this particular shot, the lob, one of the greatest we've ever seen. And that's what players do, isn't it, when they're up against Andy Murray? They snatch at balls and they think they have to do a little bit more with it. They go closer to the lines.
Well, the truth of it is you do have to do a little bit more with it, don't you? Because the speed is so phenomenal, and I think, having said that, Tsonga will still be disappointed at that miss. You just definitely feel getting through, getting closer, the tension which they've talked about has just ramped up another notch.
No mistake over that smash. Another great serve from Andy Murray. Straight down the centre tee. Gets the short reply and no problems putting that one away. So racing to a 4-1 lead, having served the double fault for the opening point of this tiebreak. So got some work to do out here, Jo-Wilfried Tsonga.
Just giving himself a little bit more to do. 5-1, that's quite a deficit against Andy Murray, who looks determined. To be fair, a little untested so far. As I said, the weaker of the two groups faced Marcus Willis and Eben Zurich, as opposed to Tsonga, who's faced Dominic Thiem and Tommy Haas. But it's been all business for Murray after a double fault to kick this tiebreak off. But since then, very impressive. Well, he's persisted with a casual mode on the volley, Tsonga, hasn't he? Just about crossed him early on. This was a beautiful approach shot back behind Murray, and he still made Tsonga work for it. Dipping and low, had to be precise.
Yeah, as you said earlier, Miles, it's a surface that if you don't quite get, behind the ball, you don't get hold of it on the strings, it sort of seems to just fizzle out, doesn't it?
Left, second service.
Oh, that is sensational. That is vintage Andy Murray, isn't it? How many times have we seen him do that over the course of his career as well?
Yeah, it's been clear that Tsonga's tactics have been get forward and attack Murray, but just... that's the question he poses of his opponents, to make those decisions all the time. Tsonga may be just a little too deep in the court.
I'm not happy with that backhand in the net.
No, he won't be. I mean, it drives him nuts giving away the free points. Something that's been a mark of his career, and particularly of his success recently. We've talked so much about how he makes his opponent earn each and every point. Cheap one there for Tsonga.
Well, when you look at the year that he's had, I mean, it's just been a phenomenal run, hasn't it? Particularly starting in Rome, where he beat world number one Novak Djokovic, and then, of course, reached his first French Open final, losing out to Djokovic there. Then went on an absolute steam, didn't he? Winning in Queens, then his second Wimbledon title, went to the Olympics, won there for the second time as well. Just had a phenomenal second half to the year. And still looks to be improving in every department. He's varied his second serve more. He's been able to free up the first. Oh, curse of the commentators.
If we get a nasty look up here, Anna, well, that's all yours. But went for an aggressive one. 116-kilometre-hour mark, and that's Steve Kutzer, also known as Speedo, along with Matt Little, responsible for Andy's physical well-being and fitness, and boy, what a job those two have built on top of the work that Jez Green did with him. One of the finest athletes in the world. It was an awkward return down low, and this court just very sticky, an abrasive surface of the ball, almost if you can imagine a ball landing on Velcro. It's not going forward, and if the feet aren't up there, very easy to be left sort of reaching for it. Murray, who had built a nice lead, is now just probably a touch concerned. And then I think, Tsonga's has a great forehand, although he's missed a few. Jamie Delgado, who's been at the helm for so much of his success recently. Tsonga's, he does miss more in the back, but I think a lot of it's, for me, shot selection. I mean, that wasn't really the right shot, was it?
No, going for too much there and losing control on the racket face. And had his opportunities there to level the scoreline.
Yeah, back in from a deficit to 7-6 down, and I just don't see the backhand line as a value shot there.
And now he's thrown in the double fault as well, and that hands across a match point to Andy Murray to make his second tiebreak tens final. Because of course he finished runner-up last year to Kyle Edmund, losing out 10-7 in that tiebreak. But here's another opportunity. Oh, good move from Jo-Wilfried Tsonga. Didn't really hit the cleanest of forehands. It sort of wrapped round the strings a little bit, that one, but then the attack to the net, putting the pressure on Andy Murray to come up with the goods. And not able to do so on that occasion.
Well, he's such a great athlete, Tsonga. We've talked about Murray, but Tsonga too, so explosive and very capable around the net. The pressure he can put on just by being there, evident with that miss.
And that gets the job done. So Andy Murray is into his second tiebreak tens final. And he'll await the winner of the next matchup between Goran Ivanisevic and Dominic Thiem. So big smiles at the net. I'm sure Jo-Wilfried Tsonga feels he gave it his all out there. He certainly posed a few questions, but Andy Murray never in doubt.
Yeah.
Excited?
Yeah, looking forward to it. Obviously, maybe the level of tennis in that match wasn't so good. Both of us made quite a lot of mistakes, so maybe need to play better in the final.
Thank you. Thank you, Andy.
So, as you heard there, not happy with his performance, but he's into the final. We're into a break.
Dominik, in Kürze geht's los hier mit deinem Semifinale gegen Goran Ivanisevic. Kannst du dich eigentlich noch erinnern, als er gespielt hat?
Sicher, wie er Wimbledon gewonnen hat 2001, glaube ich, war einer der dramatischsten und auch schönsten Momente im Sport überhaupt. Also ich bin natürlich auch vor dem Fernseher gesessen und habe mit ihm mitgefiebert und auf jeden Fall ein absoluter Ausnahmespieler und schaut noch richtig fit aus, obwohl er noch nicht so alt ist.
Goran, Dominic was just saying that he remembers your special victory in Wimbledon 2001 and that you still look very fit. So what's so special and what was special and still is today about Goran's game?
Well, obviously his serve. I mean, it's so accurate and fast still. I'm a little bit scared of it.
Okay, Dominic's a little scared of it. Goran, come to us. Well, what can you say to Dominic?
I think he's, in my opinion, he can be future #1. Definitely Grand Slam champion. amazing tennis player, great guy. And, you know, I don't know, it's gonna be fun. I have nothing to lose. So my body hurts badly, and I need to play 2 more matches, but let's have fun.
Well, all right. So, guys, come up here. All right, we got a few more seconds to go. So, we got some seconds to warm up, to stretch.
Racket, logo.
Racket.
You won.
He serves.
All right, so he serves.
Well, welcome
Great
back to
hand
the
to
second
Goran
semi-final
Ivanisevic.
of this tiebreak 10s event. And I wouldn't have thought we'd heard that too often. Goran winning the toss and electing to receive. But we've just been hearing the break. They did a short interview and he was singing the praises of Dominic Thiem, saying he thought he could be a future world #1, a future Grand Slam winner. And just for a bit of fun, actually rubbed it in that he was a great guy as well. And I think part of it was just to put a little bit of extra pressure on him. He still fancies a check for $250,000. But I think it's an interesting match because Goran's, he's getting a little older now, but he's been he's stayed in touch with tennis. He plays a little on the Champions Tour. He's hits a lot with his players on the tour now, coaching Thomas Burdick. And I just think with this game style, his game style and Thiem's game style, will get a chance to get into some of these points if he can serve effectively and get a first hit in.
No, I think you're right. I think the only problem for him is he says his body is hurting, and he said it's hurting a lot right now. And I think that the court hasn't really helped him out here tonight. It's just too slow for that serve to really get motoring, although he has had some free points, but I just have a feeling that Dominic Thiem is going to try and make him run a lot in this match. So it's Dominic Thiem, the world #10, up against the former world #2 in Grabyo Tv, the oldest man in this event of tiebreak 10s. And awaiting the winner of this match then, Andy Murray. So it's Dominic Thiem to serve.
Play.
Onto that quickly enough for him. We knew something we didn't know when he chose to receive. But we've seen a number of mistimed forehands. Of course, we have to remember that's a very short warm-up and in and out format of this tiebreak 10s.
Beide, 1 out.
Proud parents there, Dominic Thiem.
2-1, Ivanisevic.
That serve still good, any surface, any generation, any situation, particularly this.
Yeah, that's a clever point from Dominic Thiem, isn't it? Opening up the angles and really going from corner to corner and making Goran run as much as he can. 45 years of age, of course, giving away quite a few years here to Dominic Thiem.
Für mich auch.
Yeah, nicely done. Good speed up to the ball. This shot from Goran, if he was going to pull it off, needed to be played just perfectly, giving it way too much air and comfortable in the end. It's changed a little over the years, hasn't it? That backhand. And I think the serve looks very similar. The forehand does, with the backhand just a little bit more abbreviated. And you can see that as Andy Murray did, I'm sure Dominic Thiem would have picked that up. Just trying to give it a bit of height and make him create his own spaces. We get another look at Günther Bresnik, long-term coach of Dominic Thiem.
Well, it's leaking errors all over the place, that backhand. We've seen a couple into the bottom of the net. That one losing control off the strings, leaving the strings pretty quickly. So Dominic Thiem firmly in the driving seat in this semi-final, the second semi-final. And there's that big kicker you talked about earlier this evening. He's used that very effectively on this rather slow, deliberate court that they're playing these tie breaks on. Wow, and really flattened out that one.
You want a challenge for me? It's good. Challenge?
He may as well go for it. I think he's going to challenge it. I think he figures he's pretty well down in this tie break. Might as well go for the challenge, try and halt the momentum here.
For me, Zador.
And in or out, that was a big serve from Dominic Thiem, the biggest we've seen tonight.
Trip to the opticians, I think.
I think he wasn't too convinced himself, to be fair. And that's not going to help matters. Feeling the need to pressurize with that second serve. You're always going to have to cough up a few double faults. Well, that was costly. Beautifully played. You've seen the penalty for not getting your feet up to that. A couple of guys missing their short forehands, but this really flowed through that ball nicely. There are glimpses of the old Goran every now and again. Seen a few more double faults than we would have normally expected tonight, Annabelle. I do think, I feel like the balls are quick and they're just not, settling into the racket and maybe not getting the spin that the players would like at times.
Yeah, I agree with you. I just think the balls perhaps aren't even helping the players out here tonight, but still in the lead here, 8-4 in the tiebreak, couple of points away. Almost pushing some of these volleys here. Didn't really do enough with either of the volleys up at the net. Didn't get hold of this one. You can see how much that ball just doesn't come off the strings.
Didn't quite get out in the middle of the racket, and I do think there's tension out here. This is a lot of money for these guys to play for. Oh, he's made it. He's made it. And he deserves that clap from Goran. Spotted he's on top of the net, but not easy to make on the run. Jeez. Full speed, going backwards. Goran very much closed in. And I think for a second he thought he'd just pushed it long. But it's earned him 4 match points. Tries to get into that final. Take on Andy Murray.
Match team.
Oh, it's a shame to finish it off with a double fault, but it's Dominic Thiem who goes through to the final for the first time, and of course in front of his home crowd here. So he wins that tiebreak by 10 points to 5, and he will face Andy Murray. But before that, we're going to have a third
Dominic,
place
congratulations for reaching the
Tsonga
final.
and
You're now going to
Ivanisevic.
play Andy in the final for $250,000. How do you feel about that?
I hope it's going to be a great finals, and yeah, I think both of us, we want to win badly, and I'm looking forward a lot.
All right, we are too. So all the best. Großen Applaus für Dominic Thiem.
What Goran doesn't know right now, yes, he has to keep on playing. He wants, okay, let's have a look over here. Come on, Tom. Goran is on crutches. Goran, bad news. You have to play for third.
I know that, don't tell me. But no substitution,
Maybe-
somebody wants to play, please?
Anybody?
How about Thomas?
Thomas?
Yeah, got the right shoes. No, thank you. I think you're going to keep the pain for a while. And good luck.
Well, let's be honest, between you and Goran, who would win?
Oh, he will, definitely.
Goran will? Is he just pretending?
No, it's not pretending. I'm just not playing enough, and he's a good, you can see. I mean, he's playing awesome tennis. I mean, really have to put our hands together for Goran. Seriously, he's still a good player.
Let's do this. Thank you, guys.
So with me is Joe. Joe, how do you feel about playing against the old guy over there?
Oh, it's a dream.
It's a dream? Why?
Yeah, because he won so many matches in the past. I saw him a few times in front of my TV when I was a kid. And
he's warming up for you?
And no, it's going to be cool. Yeah.
All right, so it's going to be fun.
Thank you.
Cool. So we've still got some time here. So yeah, Goran will warm up more. Joe, but we got some time, guys.
Ja, also die zwei Semifinale sind jetzt vorbei. Jetzt kommt das Spiel um Platz 3 zwischen Goran und Joe. Und dann das Finale Andy Murray gegen Dominic Thiem.
Welcome back to tiebreak 10s. The final we now know will be between the world
This
number
is
2 Andy Murray
tiebreak
taking on the world
10s
number
here in
10
the Vienna
Dominic
Stadthalle.
Thiem. But
We are
before
through
that,
the
we've got a third and
semi-finals.
fourth place
Yeah,
playoff.
exactly.
The
Group
losing
stage is over.
semi-finalists, who of course were
Semi-finals is
Joe
behind
Wilfried
us,
Tsonga
and now
and
we're gonna
Goran
play
Ivanisevic.
for third and fourth place. And what a third and fourth place is going to be with two really great champions.
Yes, we're looking forward to Goran Ivanisevic against Joe Wilfried Tsonga, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
So everything same like the rounds before. I have racket or logo.
Whatever.
Well, we got to
I think
choose.
he's so tired, he's too exhausted even to choose the toss.
Logo. Joe, you want?
I will receive.
All right, Joe will receive. That
chosen
means
to receive,
service
but in
goes
the
to.
break there,
Please give it
Goran
up
was
to
kind of offering his
Goran
racket around and saying, "Does anyone want to come out here and take my place?" I think he's pretty exhausted, Miles.
Very much so, and added to the fact that they're not playing for anything but pride. And I would imagine this would have far more of an exhibition feel to it. But in the break, a couple of words from Thomas Muster, who was singing Goran's praises, and actually Joe Wilfried Tsonga too, who was just saying, and it's nice to hear from current players how much they respected Goran and enjoyed watching him, and time goes by, but it does have such a phenomenal CV. 22 titles, 27 finals, Wimbledon.
For this game,
4 Wimbledon
Joe
finals
Goran,
with
who
1
you
win, of
rooting
course.
for?
They are both for Goran because he's raising his hand.
Okay, Goran is raising his hand, so Dominic is for Goran. Thank you, Dominic.
So you got to raise your hand, Joe.
Interaction with the the players, it's nice to see them in a competitive environment, but maybe slightly more relaxed. And as Goran plays his tricks, Andy Murray sits on one of the bikes courtside and just keeps the blood flowing, keeps the muscles warm, and we've enjoyed this evening immensely, and obviously we hope for a great final. What a chance for these players. Andy Murray, who's playing here this week and chasing that #1 to get some competitive court time in front of a crowd. I mean, couldn't really ask for more.
No, I agree with you. I think it's a great opportunity, and just to get used to these very different conditions from what he would have been playing in Shanghai. So here we go then. 3rd and 4th place playoff. I'm not sure how much running we're going to get from Goran out here in this tie-break, but he's certainly going to try and get some 3 points off serve.
Yeah, and he won't have to if he serves like that. And it's just interesting to watch that serve. Still very, very effective.
And that's the trouble, isn't it? When the legs go a little bit heavy, it's very difficult to push off, get your body behind that ball if you're on the stretch.
Yeah, you're a little bit late to everything, and then you rely on the hand skills.
He just got out of the way of that one. That was quite an awkward return of serve, but he just managed to get the feet out of the way, get the body enough space for that racket head to get through. A few giggles on the sideline. Well, we've seen him take some big risks out here tonight, and I think we're going to see quite a few from that forehand side particularly. And there's, I don't know what you call that shot, Miles. What do you call
that was the old Marcelo Rios. What a beautiful serve. He's hit that spot again. Tsonga, he's having a little look at the mark and wondering if it's worth a challenge. You can see him edging towards that backhand side.
Oh, not by much. A good tactic there from Tsonga, approaching low to the backhand side here.
Well, he was invited in, wasn't he? Yeah. And, Goran not quite getting the roll on that one to bring it down.
Well, if you're going to jump with both feet off the ground, you've got to try and time it right, haven't you? Sometimes it's worked for him tonight. Sometimes just gets it a little bit wrong.
Tsonga going biting, I think, just not wanting to give Goran the chance to swing away, hoping to draw the error.
Challenging the ball, left side line, the ball was called out.
Oh, I'm not sure he's going to get much joy out of this one. I thought this one might have been a long way long. Oh, there we are. Not sure he's been too successful with his challenges tonight. Definitely in good spirits, though. He's enjoying himself in this formula. It's a formula that sort of suits him, suits his personality. I think Joe Wilfried Tsonga's played too much of that type of tennis.
Well, he's preparing to be the Mansour Barami heir there, isn't he? But, as you said, we expected this, a little more of this with a bit of a dead rubber. The players having a bit of fun.
6-4, 6-4. Tonga.
Well, inviting him to go down that.
Tsonga's impression of Goran's stance. I'm not sure. We've seen. There's a change. You can't miss that court now. Only has. There's Jonas Bjorkman, who's probably the best mimicker we've seen.
That got the job done. Well, I think Joe Wilfried Tsonga's being pretty kind out here, isn't he? Doesn't want to move him around too much.
I'm sure the physios back in the training room are looking at Goran thinking,
got a lot of work to do.
You've got to be in for a late night, yeah.
Well, he's definitely going to be a bit stiff in the morning, I think, after the running he's done. Well, I think it's a chance for everybody tonight to witness, some of the great shots that Goran had in his repertoire when he was at the top of his game. Certainly seen some big serves out here, and a big slashed forehand as well.
Yeah, the serve wouldn't appear to have lost a whole lot. There's still plenty of pace there, and he's shown he can hit the spots. But of course, you know what happens to the players is the body breaks down, the ability to train that you can play the long matches. And as you said, this is probably why a format like this suits him down to the ground. And I'm sure he'll be, as we all are, hoping for more of these tiebreak 10 events. You can get a mixture of some of the newly retired, they're about to be retired.
Yeah, it's a great formula, isn't it? It works across the board. And there's pride for the tour players that certainly don't want to lose to the guys that have retired many years ago. But also a chance to play some of perhaps they're great heroes that.
Which is a real bonus for players coming up to get on court, and you know the likes of Carlos Moya still plays good tennis. I'm sure players on the Champions Tour would love to be out here. Thomas Johansson, who's traveling with David Goffin. Seen him hitting balls, and boy, I tell you, that backhand's still in the top 10.
I'm just giving him a few lessons on how to get the ball over the net.
Well, maybe you should listen. It worked for Cilic, for Marin Cilic.
It certainly did. Won him a US Open title. So getting a little bit closer than we might have expected, actually. What a drop shot off a return of serve as well. So still got the feel and the touch as Goran Ivanisevic. I'm not sure Joe Wilfried Tsonga was expecting this one.
Yeah, look at that speed up to the ball. Got it out in the middle of the racket, which would frustrate him that he missed it.
Just when he was back on serve, just couldn't resist going for the outright winner off the backhand. So that miss brings about first match point for Joe Wilfried Tsonga for a third place in this competition.
Letzter Service.
Having looked initially a little bit exhausted before coming into this match, he suddenly looks a little bit more energised now. Well played. So Joe Wilfried Tsonga does take the third place with that win over Goran Ivanisevic. A match played in very good spirits, but he takes it by 10 points to 8, and we'll be back with the final.
Ja, was für eine Leistung. Nochmal einen großen Applaus an Goran Ivanisevic. Und auch Gratulation zum dritten Platz. Congratulations to third place to Joe Wilfried Tsonga. Ja, wir werden in Kürze mit den beiden sprechen. Im Moment noch ganz wichtig, der heutige Sieger, der erhält $250.000. Aber auch Sie gewinnen, wenn Sie heute hier bei uns sind, denn jeder, der heute hier ist, bekommt minus 25% auf alle Tickets der Erste Bank Open. Also heute auf jeden Fall noch kaufen, das gilt nur heute. An allen Kassen erhältlich, viel Spaß. Wir freuen uns auf eine richtig tolle Woche mit Weltklasse-Tennis hier bei den Erste Bank Open 500. Und Philipp, du hast jetzt den Turnierdirektor bei dir.
Ja, Thomas Muster, kurzer Ausblick, immer sportlicher Ausblick Richtung Finale. Andy Murray gegen Dominic Thiem. Wer ist im Moment, du beobachtest die Tour ja auch regelmäßig, wer ist im Moment jetzt für die Stärke einzuschätzen?
Ja, ich meine, der Andy hat eine Saison, die unglaublich gelaufen ist für ihn. Also er ist drauf und dran, eigentlich Nummer 1 der Welt zu werden. So würde ich das einschätzen. Dominik eine für ihn auch unglaubliche Saison. Würde jetzt trotzdem vielleicht sagen, dass der Andy hier der konstantere Spieler in diesem Jahr war. Das ist ganz klar. Aber jetzt geht es um ganz etwas anderes. Man spielt hier ein Tiebreak und stellen Sie sich als Zuschauer einfach einmal vor, Sie spielen jetzt 10 Punkte, 14 Punkte, 15 Punkte, keine Ahnung. Um 250.000 würde für manche wahrscheinlich das Leben verändern. Also ja, da kann schon die Hand auch für die beiden Herren ein bisschen zittern und vielleicht der eine oder andere Ball doch nicht so aggressiv gespielt werden, wie das vielleicht bei 15:40 oder 40:15 ist. Ja, also eine interessante Geschichte jetzt und wir schauen es uns jetzt live an. Also das ist für beide auch, glaube ich, ja, ein erhöhter Puls.
Für uns alle. Danke, Thomas. Hier ist das Finale.
Welcome back to
Vienna
we
for
come
the
back
final. For the grand
tiebreak
final. And
10s.
before we go to the final, we have all the other 4 players who are not in it. Joe, first of all, congratulations to third place. What a game it was against Goran. How do you feel now having played this tiebreak 10s for the first time? And what are your expectations for the final?
Yeah, it's very funny. I had some fun anyway. It was good to play against all those guys, you know. Tennis is great, and it's going to be great for a long time.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Philip, you got Goran with you.
Yeah, Goran, let's make this quick. It's over.
It was great. Really, I enjoyed every single moment on the court. Tomorrow is going to hurt my body big time, but it was worth it. I really enjoyed it. It was great, and great tennis, great crowd. Thank you for coming and supporting, and wish these 2 guys the good final.
Yes. Thank you, Goran. Thank you very much. This to you guys.